Hello and welcome to the last art video of the year. I am going to read a story aloud to you, and then I'm going to go over the instructions for the art project this week. I'm going to give you two options. One is super easy, the other one is a little bit more complicated, but the easy one everyone can do. You can even get your family involved, and I think it'll be tons of fun. So, first, we're going to start with the book, If Da Vinci Painted a Dinosaur. Now, this book covers famous artists and takes their original piece of artwork and changes it as if they were to draw dinosaurs. Some of these artists I didn't know. Some of them I'm still struggling with pronunciation, so if I'm wrong, I apologize. But anyway, this will kind of give you an intro to some other famous artists and what their artwork might look like if they had dinosaurs in it. So let's get started. If Da Vinci painted a dinosaur. If you drew a dinosaur, you might start with an oval body. Then add a head and 4 legs. You could draw triangles down its back and add a spiky tail. But if Leonardo da Vinci drew a dinosaur, it might look like this. There is more than one way to paint or draw a dinosaur. So if you were to look at this original piece of artwork by Da Vinci, it would be a human, not a dinosaur. Edgar Degas draws pastel dancers turning playful pirouettes. Degas drew human ballerinas, but if they were dinosaurs, they might look like this. Cassius Coolidge creates a card game. Again, that's like the dogs playing poker, except it's dinosaurs. Do you see dinosaurs surfing Kawasaki Kaui's giant wave? I did not pronounce that name correctly, and I'm sorry. But perhaps you've seen this famous wave? Well, what if he had dinosaurs? Dinosaurs stopped to smell the flowers in Mary Cassatt's garden and graze in Grandma Moses's green valley. Parrots play peek-a-boo in Frida Kahlo's portrait. Kibassi's dinosaur washes through inky bamboo. Snippety snip! The paper dinosaurs of Henri Matisse tumble down a wall. Matisse, it has really cool artwork. You should check it out. Oh, and you know this one. Stomp, stomp, stamp. 3-toed tracks surround Andy Warhol's dinosaur soup. Dino noodle. How many dinosaurs hide in Diego Rivera's lilies? Franz Marc paints a herd of brilliant blue. Dinosaurs leap and play in a painting by Harrison Begay, while Alma Thompson creatures swirl in a kaleidoscope of color. A Jurassic jazz band makes the dinosaurs of Aaron Douglas swing. I think Miss Spirit would like this one. Who basks under Mark Rothko's prehistoric sun? With triangles and squares, Lois Mallow Jones shapes her ceratopsian mask. From a ceratops? I don't know dinosaurs either. Sorry, guys. Dinosaurs zoom Marguerite Zorach's curving landscape. Boom! Crash! Cronk! Here comes a dinosaur by Edvard Munch. If a dinosaur sat for... Edvard Munch. End of sentence, sorry. If a dinosaur sat for a portrait by Leonardo da Vinci, it would be Dino Lisa. Mona Lisa, get it? How will you paint your dinosaur? Now, in the back, it has Meet the Artists, and it has descriptions of each famous painting that they covered in here. So, if you would like more information on any of these artists, let me know. I'm not going to read all of this, otherwise y'all would just be bored out of your mind. And then they also have Meet the Dinosaurs. They have all the dinosaurs that they included in this book. So, I picked up this book for a friend of mine who teaches art, Carly. If you saw the other PowerPoint with Giacometti, she was in there. Anyway, I bought this, and I was with teachers, and Mrs. Martinez saw that I bought this. She said, you know what would be so cool is if your final art project was like this book, except your class did otters. And I thought that was the best idea ever. But because of COVID-19, we can't do this in the classroom, and I am so bummed. So, here are the 2 art projects you can do, okay? The first one is you can recreate a piece of art or art from an artist that we studied, but you have to incorporate otters. Just like this book, but with otters, okay? So you could do something from the Renaissance, right? Which, remember, focused on the human body. You could do something from realism. We studied Rembrandt. Remember, Rembrandt focused on facial features and portraying emotions. You could do artwork from the Impressionism era. We went over Van Gogh. Monet, we didn't get to, is another famous person from the Impressionism era. Pop art, like Andy Warhol, or modern with Chihuly. So you could do something as cool as doing, like Monet, what we didn't get to was creating, he was famous for lilies. So if we had gone through this, maybe you would strip tiny pieces of tissue paper to make a lake with lily pads and then have like an otter swimming in it, okay? That'd be cool. Or you could do something as simple as recreating Chihuly, right? And then just sticking otters on it, okay? So pick an artist that we learned about, recreate one of their pieces of art, and then you have to incorporate otters into it. Or if you have a favorite artist, recreate one of those and incorporate otters. So that's the first one. Recreate a piece of art and incorporate otters like this book did with dinosaurs, okay? That's your first option. Your second option is a little easier, okay? Some of you may have seen this, but there was a museum, I believe in New York, that when we first were in quarantine, put out these pictures that are famous in their museum, and people had to recreate it. So, right? We went over this piece of artwork, right? With the melting clocks. Surrealism! Oh, I forgot about surrealism in that list. Giacometti was part of surrealism, mixing reality with dreams. Sorry. So that's another one. Anyway, we did this one with surrealism. So, someone decided to recreate it using baloney. Isn't that clever? Look how they did that, right? The balonies are clocks. So they recreated this famous artwork with whatever they had in their kitchen. Here's 2 other ones. 2 famous pieces of artwork, and then people recreated it with their dog in a bucket. And then the last one, I like this one. This is a portrait of Van Gogh. Okay, so that's the other project you can do. Pick a famous piece of art that either you know or maybe a sibling or a parent loves, and you have to recreate it using materials from your house, okay? So those are the 2 project options. Recreate a famous piece of artwork and incorporate otters, or recreate a famous piece of art with items around your house, okay? Take a picture, send it to me. If you recreate a piece of artwork with the stuff around your house, try and include the original and then how you recreated it so I can know what it is. You can post it on the Facebook page for parents. You can send it to me. Have fun with this final art project of the year.